fake Moonlight Greatsword.
Yeah, they actually have a unique moveset for it too.
That's cool.
Yeah, but you've got to have the real Moonlight Greatsword in your main hand. Otherwise, you get the normal dual Greatsword moveset. I'm live, by the way.
Cool.
Are you
Oh,
okay with me skipping the cutscene?
yeah, you lose your souls, all of them. They're gone. Oh no. But just remember, you can post on the family Discord that you're streaming and tag everyone.
We don't have time for that. You can do it if you'd like, but we only have an hour and a half, and I need to get to the gender change coffin. Also, fun fact: these little goobers in the very beginning of the first area are kobolds. That's
It's
not,
cool.
yeah, that's not even like me like making a thing up or saying like, oh, they look like kobolds. They are literally in the directory. They are called lost kobolds.
Gotta find them.
Yeah, that's why I'm nice to them. They just run away from you anyway. They're not mean.
They're not mean. So I remember there's that guy in the whole. Fuck! I did not remember this was there. Thank you. I now immediately have to go do a thing at some point when I boot the game up again. You lose yourselves all of it. But shit, you skip for our speech. Fuck! Also, I forgot that technically Millibeth counts as a firekeeper, or I guess a firekeeper carer in this. That's fun.
So we've got a couple things we're gonna be doing. My character is going to be, um,
Deprived
adventure.
is fun, but you can be
Deprived is
explored.
fun. I'm gonna be an explorer though because we got a speed run, and my starting gift, as always, is a petrified something. Um,
Oh, you
because
want to
I
give
love
it to.
RNG. We're
You
gonna
do
use a
love Ryan.
mask character specifically so that we can change them to be found later with the coffin for shiggles.
Canonical trans run. Let's go, baby. You know, fun fact, I named my character Liv and had them do the gender swap because in my head the reason they couldn't name themselves Liv is they don't quite remember why, but it's a promise to themselves to do that. And when they finally get out of the gender swap coffin, they feel, oh, that was what I wanted to do. That was what I wanted to do. That was the goal. So, yeah.
Yeah, and this is gonna be our character. Our baby-faced little
Yeah.
goober. Hello, Frogget! Hello, Tara! Hello, Wilfer! Hello, Omega Platinum! Hello, Davey! There's so many people! I had no idea y'all would be so excited for Dark Souls 2. Hello,
Souls 2.
everybody. Best Souls
Souls
2.
2. Weighty chests in this one. Do you
Yeah.
kill the big dude who drops the stagger people more easier ring back
I
there?
do that, but first we're gonna go get the other dagger from the tutorial so we can power stance daggers.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Especially as staggering in this game on both ends feels busted good with how much it's like. It feels like when you get hit in this game, it is like in Street Fighter hearing stun and you just stagger for ages.
Yeah.
Also, I did not know until this time lighting all the torches here actually gives you a reward because it gives you an invader who drops a petrified something, which is wild.
Yes. But I never
That's
do
cool.
it because if you wait until New Game Plus, you get the broken ladle.
The broken ladle.
Yeah, it's a soup ladle that the fucking keepers ditched, and it's this game's like even weaker equivalent to the broken straight sword.
That's cool. So I know you not on New Game Plus, but on regular. If you go kill the other two in Scholar, if you go kill the two creatures guarding the gender swap coffin, Milbeth's like, sick work, have my ladle. And then they give you a
Yeah,
ladle.
same weapon. It's just you can get two of them.
Oh, dual wield!
Power stance the garbage.
I love power stance and garbage.
Mainly just wanted to call you cute. Aw, thank you. Also, hello,
Jeez.
Madam Universe.
Oh, man, universe. Good to see you. Good to see so many people.
You, give us smooth.
Let's move. Yeah, yeah.
We got a petrified dragon bone from our petrified
Give
something.
us smooth.
That's pretty good for when you have a weapon you want to use.
And a soul of the lost undead.
Give us.
We need to kick
Yo,
the
yo.
ladder down? Yeah. And
Unfortunately, the
then...
only other thing we
Ooh.
need is to get to the thing we need to find the earliest possible fragrant branch of yore that you can get to
I
get there.
actually think I started with one. So, that might be a little OP.
Well, you start with one. You start with a petrified something, right?
The adventure starts with a bunch of random shit. Let's
Some
see.
bullshit.
21 life gems, 8 witching urns, 4 aromatic ooze, 1 repair powder, 3 rusted coins, 5 prism stones, 2 souls of the lost undead, 1 soul of the nameless soldier. Oh, we started with a Pharaoh's Lockstone, not with a fragrant branch of yore. My bad.
That's okay. I was wondering if there was something that the fragrant branch of yore was like behind. Maybe it's the Sepharis thing that's behind. I'm trying to remember what the
We
earliest one
also
is.
start with the spell quartz ring,
Okay.
and our armor gives us more souls and more items.
Nice. That's pretty cool. Discovery and soul use. That's pretty good. Hey, it's that guy. Hey, it's that dog.
Oof.
He gets up too fast from that. Oh, wow, you start with a shit ton of life gems.
Yep.
Yeah, falling on your ass loops. Falling on your ass loops. Loops. And now they just do this forever, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Power stancing works by just alternating L and R2 in this game, right? It isn't just pressing. Because in Elden Ring, once you equip 2, it's just like pressing the same button again.
So you have to hold Y while having 1.5 times the stats, which we can't power stance yet, but we're gonna be able to. You have to have 1.5 times both the dex and the strength requirement for the weapons, and then you hold Y, and your character will shift to standing differently. And that'll be in the power stance. And you have a completely different move set depending on the combination of the two weapons. You can power stance with almost... You can power stance with almost any weapon, but certain weapons have particularly good hitboxes. Like, if you have a halberd and a twin blade, a halberd in your left hand and a twin blade in the right, and you power stance them, they have a very good, unique, versatile moveset. Twin daggers is really good. Straight sword and great sword. Straight sword in your offhand, great sword in your main hand. Incredible power stancing. It's all dependent on stuff, and all of the boss weapons have some unique stuff, like unique power stances.
So I could use my hide knight sword with my claymore, and that would be kind of tasty, huh?
Specifically with your claymore, yes. If you use an ultra great sword, it won't have the same power stance.
That's okay. I love the claymore. Adore that weapon with my whole heart. Oh yeah, the funny jumping system.
Amber herbs are going to be relevant in this playthrough because our character, despite not starting with magic, does start with intelligence as one of their main stats. No, they don't. Never mind. We just start with magic stuff. Never mind. I apologize.
Your adaptability is pretty tasty on that.
Which is
because adaptability
good.
adaptability is a DS2 only stat to my memory, which was like this is the roll stat. This affects your rolls and your invincibility frames on rolling.
Yep, and it is overpowered as shit. It's the stat that affects your ability to resist pretty much every element. It is like your like resistance stat, but as an alternative auxiliary thing, it also boosts an ambient stat called your agility. right? Which is affected by your percentage of max carry weight, right? If you have an agility of 100, I believe it's 128 in total, then you're good when it comes to dodge rolls. Anything
Okay.
less than that, you're getting less dodge rolls, iframes out of your dodge rolls. Anything more than that, and you're not gaining anything, right? And the reason why that's important is that your dodge rolls are really good, right? So for every 10 agility, right, you get a single iframe in your dodge roll, which is already like, whoa, that sounds like a lot for you Dark Souls players, right? Because in Dark Souls 1, a fast roll had 8 iframes, right? And the medium rolls had 6, and slow rolls had 4. I have
There it is.
9 just right now
Nice.
off the bat in the beginning, and we can cap out at 10, which is insane. The dodge rolls in Dark Souls 2 are so good. Now, granted, 9 frames is not that strong in the grand scheme of things, because the dodge rolls is a dodge roll in general is a slower animation that covers a greater distance, which means you do need to be more precise in 2 generally with your iframes than you do in other things. But 10 frames is a lot of frames. That's almost a tenth of a second of invincibility.
There she is.
And there she is, Esmeralda.
Are you,
Not her real name, but it is what I call her.
Monarch.
or merely a pawn of fate,
Love this woman.
bearer of the curse?
Bearer of the curse.
I will
Remain
remain
by your side till the
till this
frail
frail
hope
hope
shatters.
It's nice to hear someone
Take
with
this
a
with you.
Celtic
May
accent
it
too.
ease your journey.
Fun
Yeah.
fact, I
Go on.
I have a lot of NPCs that in games that I run that I purposefully do a similar accent to the Emerald Herald because I love her accent.
Well, this you know, Bloodborne's my favorite game. This is my favorite hub world of any Souls game ever in anything. So,
Absolutely.
and I'm always fond of the Emerald Herald because she kicks her feet, and I just like the Maiden in Black, she kicks her feet and acts very silly and it's cute.
Bearer of the curse, seek souls,
Seek,
larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king,
seek the
lest
king.
this land be swallowed by darkness.
Yeah, shout outs to Barra, seek lust. We love you. This game is wild, and I was like playing for a little bit, and then I was like, seek lest. Yeah. Um, this game is wild in that like it's very easy to level up. I'm pretty sure I'm level 88, and I feel like not much time has passed at all in my own little playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, different games make your levels feel different. The addition of the adaptability stat means that overall the numbers are lower,
Mm-hmm.
but the number is also higher.
So
there's
I'm
an
about to
extra
hit
stat.
you with some factoids really quick. This is some secret knowledge, right? Spam knowledge, spam tapping this guy, right? He lets you into a covenant,
Yeah,
but only
well,
if you
well,
completely exhaust his dialogue. What they don't tell you, right, is that this covenant is not just the wee wee baby I want cops to help me covenant like normal. This covenant ring, and all covenant rings in this game, actually come with unique abilities and bonuses.
increase HP.
This is
So
a
this
ring
one-
of life that also makes cops come save you. Yes.
And also, to be fair, that is probably the most heroic version of the crestfallen warrior, because he's like, I feel hopeless, but I'm still gonna help you and support you. And he even has a bit later where he's like, you kind of helped me remember what hope was like again. Thanks, man.
Oh, if
And I'm
you
like,
open up the castle and then come back and talk to him, he has like a whole victory speech for you where he talks about how proud he is of you and that he never thought you'd make it.
that's real sweet.
Mm-hmm. I will say we are going to be ditching that covenant the moment that we can, which is right now, because we're going to do the mega hard mode covenant.
You guys in the mega hard mode covenant where people will infinitely respawn and enemies don't run out.
Enemies don't run
Covenant.
out. We have extra NPC invaders, bosses. You can't get help for bosses. Bosses have more HP and deal more damage, but we get more souls. Also, you're
Well,
officially in competitive PvE mode because that tablet can be used to look at how many bosses everybody's killed and how many souls they've acquired while in this covenant. And for some reason, they had this whole subsystem where they tried to get people to compete for how badass they are.
I was like, sure, whatever's. Do you need to? I'm still trying to. I've got the page for like in my own playthrough, and I'm trying to remember how to. At some point, bonfire aesthetics are a thing, and my goal is to learn how to like There's an infinite bonfire aesthetic farm you can find.
There's two
What's
of
that?
them actually, but the easiest is in the Lost Bastille because there's a body that has 2 bonfire aesthetics on it in the Lost Bastille in an area that you only need to kill like 8 or 9 enemies to get to. Um, and so
What's the show?
use one, get one, use one, get one, use one, get one. Pretty
Mhm.
safe combo.
And also, um, that's also a good idea because if you do stuff around Sinner's Rise, that's probably preferable for me because I want my baby girl, my magic sword Makoto, my Chaos Blade,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get the Chaos Blade on the first bonfire aesthetic because the Lost
Lost
Sinner's
Sinner.
soul changes to the old witch's soul,
That is
which
not
gives you
true. I'm sorry. Everything you
what?
said was correct except for using the bonfire aesthetic there will not let you be able to get the Lost Sinner's soul. Um, Sinner's Rise, where the Lost Sinner is in a completely separate zone than Lost Bastille. It is segmented where like the castle that they're in is considered its own area separate from the rest of the Bastille. So bonfire expecting there won't give you the fight
That,
with the witch.
that can respawn the ruin sentinels, though, if I remember it.
Yes, and it will
Uh,
respawn the Ruin Sentinels. But the Ruin Sentinels will also respawn on their own if you wait long enough.
do you enjoy them, or do you think they suck? The ruin sentinels.
Oh, they're my favorite enemy in all of Dark Souls as a series.
The ruin sentinels?
Yep, they're the best thing that ever happened to Dark Souls. They are incredibly cool. In lore, in fighting, they feel good to fight, they look cool, they react in a way where you can kind of intuit what they are lore-wise, and then you feel so vindicated and cool when you realize that you were right, you know? Chuckle Minty, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, welcome. We're playing some Dark Souls 2. How are you doing,
Oh,
love? This is a good bean, by the way. Everybody should go and give this good bean some love. They
and to
are
be,
they are for the dragon lady that likes food.
if it helps, by the way, for Way of Blue, for the mindset, the real quote, like the closest you can get to, I guess, a cop covenant is the one you find in Hyde's Tower of Flame. Way of Blue is like a bullshit approximation to like this is what we thought this covenant was like, made by this guy. So it's kind of like people who think that they're doing the right thing, whereas the actual cops are in Hyde's Tower of Flame.
It's the other way around. Way of Blue is actually people that want cops to come and help them.
Oh,
Whereas the Blue Sentinels are the cops that come and help people. And they're not even cops, actually. They are seekers of glory. The Way of Blue are knights that fight chivalrously, and their goal is purely to become stronger and more skilled with the blade and to test their skills. They come into invasions not out of the desire to protect people or uphold law, but rather to say, oh, you're trying to hunt people down and kill them? Let's see if you're stronger than me, buddy.
ding, ding, ding. I love the old knights. They're so like so credit. Actually, I love the old knight sword and shield version because they are so telegraphed and they're very cool. If you get hit by them, it is fair. Over the edge, they can fall off the edge, which is so fun.
Yeah, but we don't want them to, though, because we want the fat loot. See? Yeah. Like that.
Cracked blue eye orb, yeah, they drop those. Hey, Hyde Knight, how you doing?
I should probably go activate this bonfire at the very least, so I can teleport
Yeah.
to it when I die.
High Knights drop one of the neatest swords for straight sword lovers in the game, and if you want a good sword early on, High Knights drop pretty much one of the best swords, pretty much. So,
Hey,
what do you
buddy.
want to do some parry? Yeah, and then we wait. Oh, that was sick, Uni. Good
I gotta
parry.
wait because he has a get up attack if I stay too close. Ow. This is a problem. Okay.
Great work.
And give me your helmet. Give me your helmet. Give me your helmet. Give me your helmet. Give me your helmet.
You want
Damn
the
you.
helmet? You want the helmet?
I want the helmet. I love the helmet.
You want the helmet? That's fair. The helmet's cool. The helmet is very like.
And I'm gonna be real with you guys. Don't even fight these guys. It's not worth it. They suck.
Yeah, they suck. Yeah, my wife and me agree. These guys fucking suck. The greatsword one it hurts, but at least it's better. The mace ones are just really shitty.
It's what it is, right? Is that they're like, hey, I am big mace guy. I use big mace. My moveset is specifically designed to punish you for backing up. But I am big guy. It telegraphs that you should be backing up.
The only other thing that I dislike about them is just I'm a little petty. I feel their tracking is absurd, but that's just me. I feel their tracking is absurd on some of their hits, well, especially on the mace. So I'm like, when do I? What are you doing? Oh yeah, is this the Havel's ring? I forget.
No, it's the ring of I don't care how many times you've died, you're not taking my HP, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's the Cling ring. Yeah, you're right. Whoop. Unfortunately, the Estus flag animation is a little slow in this one, but that's fine.
It
We
is
don't blame
indeed,
it.
but that's okay.
Yeah. It's very much trying to make you use the life gems by going, whoopsie, this is a little slow.
Whipsy doo, here comes the goo.
One of them fell off the edge. Alright. It's time. Make it happen.
Bye.
Yeah! Let's go!
I like how just to style on them, I went and equipped the ring while I was waiting.
It's so good.
Oh.
So, fun fact, you have to, if you're going for the achievements, because there are achievements in this game, you have to be nice to this lady, because she's going to go and move and be a little shit somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, fuck achievements. I want her armor, and I'm going to put her in the lake.
Cool.
Do I
How
have
are you gonna
enough, to use force? How much do you need for force? 12? That might be worth it.
I mean, you've got Soul Scrimpers is a wild ass word term for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna, not kill her yet. Purely because I haven't decided whether or not I want to do miracles.
Well, you could talk to her to move her to the place, and that's perfectly fine.
So here's the thing: if we have her move to the place, then when we kill her, we don't get the ring to change it. We have to kill her here to get it. Otherwise, instead, her tombstone will appear there, and then you have to revive her for 1,200 souls for her to spawn temporarily, and then pay her again to move the thing, and then pay, which is fucked up.
It is. I am. Yeah, you're right. Hey, Audley, it's good to see you, hon. We juice in adaptability. We're juicing it.
Yes, and now we're juicing Dex. And
So, you know what? Do you know what I gave the lady? You know, when she asked for the armor later?
what'd you give her?
I just bought the Alva's set, and I thought it'd be cute to kind of twin because I'd been using the Elite Knight set, so I gave her the full Elite Knight set. And there's just this cool Pyromancer lady in the full Elite Knight armor. I don't know, it's just nice. It's cute.
Do you wanna know what I give her?
What's that?
I give her the Sainthood with the Mogwin set, and then I bonfire aesthetic Bunjula. I
And then Margaret goes, "What the fuck?"
yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Mogwin set is like this cute little dress, right? And then the Saint's hood is this like pink hood that goes perfect with it. And it's such a flex to give her the best armor in the game.
It is, she deserves it. She's a
She
sweet boy.
does, yeah. And it especially because it involves killing 2 NPCs to get it. Because you have to kill her and you have to kill Mogwin.
Mogwin is the quickest
All right.
0 to 100 of I'm a genius. Oh no, in this entire game.
Hey chat, do we kill her or nah? I'll let chat decide. Do we kill Miracle Lady, so that we can, because she's evil? Or do we let her live and let her take advantage of us?
She is she's like, what's the best way to put it? She doesn't believe in, she asks you, what's the first flame? Well, shut up, you should know already. Because she doesn't know what the first flame is or anything to do with miracles.
She's a rogue that killed the priest that wore these robes. Literally.
And, she is, she's just like one of those people who sells religious stuff to people who doesn't believe in it. Who suck, remember. That's an awful thing.
I don't remember. Is there a way to kick in this game? No, they replaced it
no,
with the...
What are you doing?
She's gonna kick my ass, by the way.
What are you doing? Ugh. I've no choice now.
Oh. We could knock her off. There you go.
She didn't get knocked off. She's at the bottom of the stairs. I have to knock her off
Oh.
over here. Now she's knocked off.
So if you sit down, it should reset and that stuff should spawn, right?
I might have to close the game. Nah, we're good.
No, it's all good.
And now I got her chime in the rotunda, and then the other lady, the really nice, kind lady who's like, buy something, anything, I'm so hungry. If you go to her, the armors of every NPC you kill will be for sale at her shop. So now we can get the saint set from her, which is great because the helmet increases the amount of spell uses you get. And gives you 2 faith, which is fucking awesome.
That is awesome. Is she the only miracle person in the entire game?
No. They're kind of like distributed among a few other people. The main miracle person is the guy that gives you access to the Blue Sentinels.
I just remembered. I just remembered this path because this is the way to No Man's Wharf, which leads to one of the earliest fragrant branches of Europe.
Yeah, that's why I came this route. Because you said, yeah. How did you get to No Man's Wharf?
The same way. I just forgot what we were doing till now. I actually forgot from it. These knights are cool to parry too.
Yeah, the Royal Soldiers. They are very cool.
Yeah.
These are actually these are Black Knights for this game.
Yeah. Is the only way to get their set to farm them in a way where they respawn? So on champion version?
I think that it's just extremely rare. They all are in places where they don't get respawned by Bonfire Aesthetic.
Sublime Bone Dust, let's go.
Yeah, they are all in places specifically where they will not respawn from Bonfire Aesthetics. So you can't really effectively farm them. The armor is very cool looking, but stat-wise, it's not super impressive. And so most people just say not to worry about it. But if you want the fashion souls... Also, I legitimately just look like a baby.
We need to get you.
I look like like a British child.
It's weird because if using like the default model, you know, the default character model, when you put it in the gender swap coffin, stunning. She is so good. But the default male model looks awful. I don't know what it is.
These guys are very special, and farming them as much as you can is important. Basilisks in this game are the only singular, source of, all of the upgrade gems.
Oh.
For the different elements. Because they are all about petrifying things in this, instead of curse. So, they make statues, and they drop the upgrade gems for literally every element. They just have a random chance. I am sad that they didn't drop one this time. Thankfully, I'm in Covenant of Champions, so everything respawns. I can farm it.
We're on Dark Souls 1 mode, basically, at the moment.
Yeah. And if you've ever wanted to be able to see where all the funny illusory walls in this game are, you've come to the right gal. I basically have this game memorized.
She's very cool.
Yeah, and sexy and fun.
She is.
Now we have a 5-minute timer on life here in No Man's Wharf. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run here like this. Put it away.
Mm-hmm.
Fight.
Great idea. Fight. Oh.
Okay, we are in a rough spot, actually.
It's very wet when you drink in this game. The sound's even more intense than usual. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
This Estus is thick. It's like a smoothie.
Which is weird, because it's embers in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Oni CH, thank you for the kisses.
As you can tell, getting Estus shards is important because you start with fucking one Estus flask at the start of this game. So, yeah, this is not DS1 where you'll go to filing, start with 10 Estus and be like, oh, that's nice. No, you gotta work for that Estus in this game. They really want you to be using life gems because they're like, you finding an Estus is pretty good, but you're not always gonna get it. Oh yeah, also this game has some wild ass tracking arrows because they aim for apparently where you are going, not where you are.
Yes, it is, as they say, they are actually skilled in art. No, 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 no. Excuse me. Get over here, sir. So, fun fact about Vengrarians, they actually have really inconsistent hitboxes. So it's not worth it trying to parry them, because the way they swing, they don't aim for your center mass, they aim for your head. And so half the time, even if you parry with the right timing, it won't parry it, because they're aiming for your head, not for your chest, which is where your shield is. It's actually fucked. It is messed up. They're bastards.
They are. They're very I don't like their combo. They're like, it's very owie.
It is very owie. Also, the Covenant of Champions really demonstrating in full swing, like, the stress that comes with the extra aggro range, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because enemies are hitting me that are, like, all the way in, like, the area with the boss. And they're shooting at me with bows.
Country.
Yeah.
They've got a different area code, and they are locked in.
Like, I walked up here to open this chest, and the Vengrarian came over to kill me, you know, type shit.
Yeah, they were out for
Wait,
murder.
where did he go?
Did he drop down? So he's like coming up back.
He did drop down.
That's nice. We can open the chest in peace for 10 seconds.
Yeah. What I'm saying. Free Titanite shard.
Titanite. Nice.
But I can
I
see
mean,
if I can demonstrate exactly what I mean. Oh, never mind. He's just gonna use his bow. I'm okay with
fine.
this. I'm okay.
I'm down with that.
Now,
Also,
normally this would be where we would summon my favorite NPC, outside of Sellsword Loette in this whole game. Um,
Lucatiel.
no, Lucatiel is summoned much later. This guy, right? He is, just a random NPC, right? He doesn't have any lore tied to him whatsoever. Even the gear that he's wearing makes no mention of him in any meaningful way, which is really bizarre in Dark Souls 2, because normally it's like, you know, this is the this thing, wielded by this guy, who did this thing type shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I won't be able to, I'm sorry. Yeah, my family loves to make plans last minute and then act like I'm the asshole when I'm busy, which is not okay. So basically, they said, your dad decided to come over today and they want you to have dinner with us. And I'm like, well, that's too damn bad. You know, like,
I get you. Sometimes it's almost as if it's like, you know, there are just so many families where I'm like, this thing might have been solved if you just, like, not been... If you'd acted like you respected my time and my boundaries too. Because,
oh, really? See what I mean?
yeah, I don't like that combo. They're fucking... It's a really slow version of, like, Gascoigne's Wolf Mode combo, where it's like, "Brah, brah, brah, brah." I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, could you stop? Could you stop for a second?
If
Jesus.
you sidestep when they go to kick, you'll be in the perfect spot to backstab them. But like even so, like it's annoying is what it is.
Mm-hmm. I've tried parrying them before, for fun, and it's just not fun. It's not worth it. They're squishy and like it's nice to parry them occasionally, but it's just really not worth the effort. Oh, the fact like the tracking on some of like the arrow shots is just, and the speed at which they fire. But it isn't just
That
the tracking;
arrow
it's how
just curved through the air to get closer to me. Do you see that?
it's gravitationally attracted. Huh?
Nice
And then
headshot.
some Also, yeah, and then sometimes there's like a hidden headshot mechanic where you'll get actually stunned when they hit you with it. Oh, you got 5k souls. That's not nothing. Yes.
I'm sorry. Oh
Great.
my god, are you serious? I don't know why it didn't let me riposte, but you know.
I don't either.
Oh, nice! I got the axe.
Tracks.
So far
But
I've
yeah,
gotten hit 3 times this life alone due to purely bad luck, which feels great. Be gone.
nice. That's enough out of you. Sure. That run is wild. That's so far. Did you drop a scimitar?
Really?
I had an arrow, sure.
The arrow was inside of me when the animation
Well,
ended.
that
So it had...
tracking was wild! The tracking, it turned in midair to hit you.
Yep.
Holy fuck! I've never seen it be that bad. I love DS2, but there are some moments where I really am like, come on, though. It's kind of nasty. It's kind of real nasty of it. Yeah, you can't do anything until he's like halfway up. The worst part is timing it so you don't accidentally get taken over with them by overswinging.
That's why the
I
dagger
always
is
struggle
like
with
the
it.
best weapon, because you'll never accidentally take an extra step. You have
Too
to hit
small.
3 times before you'll take an extra step forward. It's nice.
Please, to anyone who's never played this game before, please light up No Man's Wolf as you go. You will be so much happier later. It's so annoying when there's no light.
Get bean. Oh. Fucking. I went to lock onto them, spins around 360.
Well, let's look at this fine mess I've ended up in.
Isn't this a fun little caper? And I'm not talking about the vegetable or whatever it is. Or whatever.
I think it is a vegetable. I think you're right. I think it is a vegetable.
It's a funny little green thing they put on my bagel.
A nice breakfast sandwich or a bagel is always good.
I got Flamey a little treat for her birthday in the form of I got her like some donuts and butterbeer and a little bit of ice cream.
I get that. I'm glad you're thinking about it. Oh.
And
This is... No Man's Wharf is a
guy.
very get-jumped.
You see this
kind of
guy
area.
here? This guy's the special little man
Yeah.
of the group. He's my special little guy.
Yeah.
Alright? You wanna know why he's the special little
Yeah,
guy?
just...
He has a chance to drop flame butterflies. Without
love
which,
flame
I will
butterflies,
not
like
be
that.
able to finish No Man's Wharf with the amount of time on my torch I have. Oh my god.
Yeah, we
Can
need
you
to...
do the combo
you
that
have
lets
the
me
Ferris
backstab you?
Lockstone!
Yes, I do.
You have
So
Ferris Lockstone for
Yeah.
No Man's Wharf, so...
I'm not
Ooh.
going to use the one for No Man's Wharf, though. I'm gonna save it,
Yep.
and do it for the Chloranthy Ring.
The what?
The Chloranthy Ring.
The Chloranthy Ring?
Yes.
Oh, you don't want to light up? Because that'll make it easier to travel up on the lower upper bits, ain't it?
Yeah, but I think that it's, I'm only gonna... He's just not fighting me.
Yeah, he's a non-combatant. He don't do nothing. He just sits.
He normally does. I've literally gotten killed by this guy before. He has torch attacks. He's just not using them.
He's vibing.
And he dropped a torch. Not as
Great,
good as a
timer
flame
increase.
butterfly, but a torch, you know? It's good.
9 minutes worth of fire.
And now I
That's
can
pretty
actually finish No Man's Wharf. Oh god, I got jumped.
Time to get jumped. Time to get jumped. In this mode, every enemy is absolutely fucking lethal. Every single one.
Here's what we do. We stab.
Now, I only have one question. Not to deny your skill, my love. I don't know how strong the daggers will be on this particular difficulty, because they already look like they're struggling with the damage output, with how much you're being dealt back.
See, it's like this. This is why daggers are good.
Okay, so you're aiming specifically for backstabs.
Backstabs and parries, with which you do 16 times the damage.
Wow, is that exclusive to them, to daggers?
All daggers get a bonus to backstabs and parries, which is listed as the stat, right? You see 150, right? So that 150 is not 150 extra damage, it's a 15 times multiplier to your damage. The multiplier is it's that number divided by 10 and then multiplied by your damage.
That's
So my
okay, really.
dagger does 57 plus 30, right? But when I backstab, it's going to do like 3,000, and it'll just stop
Nice.
where it reaches their health, which is why you saw like 450. I think over here you'll see a bit more.
Yeah, I've noticed.
How dare you! What is sacred in this world, thy hound? Anyway, sorry, he knocked me out of my
It's okay.
backstab.
It's okay. You were fighting a dog in a Souls game. I respect you need concentration. Hello, Lily. Do you mean Gwyn? Gwyn's a little bitch and you hacked his wife?
It's true.
From
Gwyn,
DS.
fun fact. The Pyromancer in Dark Souls 1 can beat Gwyn from level 1.
That's sick. Human effigy drop from the dog. That dog was goated. Holy shit.
Hi, buddy. I've
You go
officially
head out,
separated
good
you
luck,
from your friend.
Yeah, Dark Souls 1 is kind of building you to... if you learn to parry in this game, Gwyn's very fun. And possibly the easiest boss because of that. if you know how to parry.
So Combustion, the spell, breaks Gwyn's AI. If you hit him with it twice in a row, his AI just shuts off.
That's cool.
And Pyromancers start with Combustion and Fireball.
Oh, that tracks. Oh, you
100%.
can't circle strafe this. Holy shit. Oh, it's also because the water is slowing you down, so you
That's
can't
why,
circle
yeah.
strafe as fast.
Yup.
Okay.
Vangarian Helm.
Right.
Let's go. If I wasn't wearing this guy that raises my item discovery, that would go on my head immediately.
Yeah, until you get the things you like, lock these in, keeping your discovery high makes sense.
I would love it if I could walk through. Oh, there's the thing I was looking for. Boop.
It is a shame that you can't hang out with Lucatiel in this much. She's here, but you can't do a quest now.
I don't know you, and you don't know me.
She also is the quickest to go, you're really cool, actually. That's the fastest turnaround to, oh, you're sweet. That's vibe.
Normally, people keep a safe distance when they
I
see
love
this
Lucatiel.
mask.
She's great. She's wonderful.
She specifically warms up to you so quickly when you take this route, because you can find her, if you go the other way, you can find her in the Lost Bastille before this,
They say Drown Lake
where
brims
she
with
has a
powerful
completely
creatures,
different
so I
thing,
came to
where she's like, listen, I've got a thing I want to do, right, you know, like, stay out of my way, and then you find her here and she warms up to you. When you come here, you can kind of like speedrun being friends with her.
I can
That's
see that you
sweet.
are mid-journey.
I always
If you
love using
require
her to,
assistance, I will
both I want to do a quest, but
I
also
come
I
from
more
the
like
land
her help
of
with
the
Flexile Sentry, because Flexile Sentry sucks.
are an odd one
Um,
indeed. I've always made a point
Fire
of avoiding
Cringe,
them,
Arcane
and
Forever,
you've made a
Bacon
point of
Skin.
engaging
Those are
me.
certainly
I can
words,
see that
Lily.
you are mid-journey. If you require assistance, I come from
What do
Mirror.
you do?
Don't
What
hesitate.
arcane things did you do in DS1, huh? That you were big ups for Arcane.
Arcane isn't even a stat in Dark Souls 1. That's an Elden
Oh
Ring
my,
thing.
oh my god, there was a human effigy. I have to go back and get a few things. You know that feeling where you're like, I have to boot up a game like straight after this. That is how I feel watching you play. Nice stab.
Oh, you're about to feel that, like, a lot here in a second. By the way.
You did the Moonlight Greatsword? So the Moonlight Greatsword is arcane in different games, so I can understand why you associate it with arcane too. But in like the original, it's probably like int
It's
based, right?
intelligence, yeah, intelligence based.
And then it's int and arcane in Elden Ring.
Yeah. It actually started out arcane in Kingsfield, and then became intelligence in Dark Souls.
Oh, so arcane was a stat in Kingsfield, vanished from Dark Souls, then came back in like Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Oh, and Bloodborne.
And
Arcane is in Bloodborne.
Bloodborne uses the same stat system that Kingsfield does, like down to the names.
Yeah. Other than
The Beast
what's
one.
there?
The Bloodlust one, or whatever it's called. Yeah, that's the only one.
Blood, yeah. There's a stat specifically for guns.
Blood
C for
Tinge, that's what it's called.
Scaleless.
Oh, fuck me.
You can call C for scaleless bitch. That's fair. He is a scaleless bitch. But he's a bitch not because he has no scales, but because he's a bitch. That's important.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the scales. It has to do with the non-consensual sex and the subjugation of women.
Yeah, that's the most important part. You like doing you like doing magic build in Dark Souls? What was your favorite spell to use, Lily? Yes, Lily. Unfortunately, if we talked about, I don't want to go into it because it's a content warning, but Priscilla the half-breed, she is Priscilla the half-breed.
She's the product of Seth Salus forcing himself on Guinevere when Gwyn gave Guinevere over to him in exchange for his betrayal of the dragons in the war.
And that's the end.
And that's why when you meet Guinevere, she is an illusion in Dark Souls 1, because she, after what happened, fled the realm of the gods and disowned her father, and said, fuck all of you, I hate you, and I never want to see you again. And you don't see her or hear from her again until all the way in Dark Souls 3, where you meet a handful of her kids.
Apparently, she came to Majula and stuff because you can find some of her blessings too,
Yep.
which is cool.
And these
Sorrowful.
guys are completely pacified by us unless we get too close.
I jumped when that happened, though, to be real. Yeah. Sorrowful, I hope everyone's okay. Like, I find that stuff so dark and so, like, intense, because,
There's
I
the
mean,
Guts Blade.
it's the Dragon Slayer.
And then
Just
this
called
is
Greatsword
a
in this,
fucked up little nightmare chest.
even though it's not a greatsword, ironically. Oh yeah, they can break the walls, for those who do not know.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Sorrowful, just for a second.
I'm just gonna run right... I'm gonna run right past this guy. I need to get to the bell.
So I hope everyone's okay. Like, that is possibly the darkest thing in Dark Souls, and Sif is... I'm not gonna talk any more on it, but that's one of the reasons I hate that fucking guy. Hate that guy. Ooh, oh, Dark Souls 2 fall damage, no!
That's a fall you had to do to progress! That wasn't even me, like, jumping to skip a thing! Ugh! You'd think they would, like, moderate the fall damage there.
Dark Souls 2's other big issue is it has... I can say it, yeah, no, that's fine. Disgusting fall damage. And that it is different than any of the Souls games' fall damage, and
for one specific reason, it's accidental too. I'm just trying to like add on to what you're saying, and I'm sorry. Was not trying to cut you off.
It was an accident that it's this bad.
Because fall damage in the engine is calculated by how long you spend in the air, and the entirety of the game's animations are slower in this game.
Oh god, that's so bad.
Yep.
Hell. That's nasty. Like, there are so many great ideas and concepts in here, but like, I don't think any... I'm sure people could argue for some of it, but like, I just cannot agree with the full damage choice in this game. It's just too much. It's just too much for me. Like, it's too harsh.
Yeah, unfortunately, the fall damage is coded into the engine and not into the other shit, so...
Because the full damage exists... The full damage exists this way for a lot of, like, reasons for some people. And some people will, like... There are some areas which try to use the intensity of the full damage, like, deliberately, such as the, here it is. This is the house, I believe. Oh yeah, the ninjas.
Watch this. I'm about to show you something
If you had said, watch this and died, I'd have giggled, my love.
Oh no, so this is what I want to show you. I'm running over here.
Shortcut. Yeah.
To kick the wharf down, and then we can go about our business, right? I'm actually gonna go all... No, I can't talk to Magic Guy. If I speak to him right now, I will lock myself out of ever being able to use him as a vendor.
Because he's like, you're too silly, you're too bimbo, get out of here.
Yeah, and his initial judgment of your character and ability is all that matters. You have to talk to him after you get 20 intelligence.
Remember when durability was tied to frame rate? No.
Yeah, it's tied to frame rate right now. That's how it is in Dark Souls 2.
Well, yeah, I remember the biggest issue with durability in this game is hitting the wall or the ground. It fucks it up faster. Unity isn't you. I'm the one that goes, watch this, and then dies. You know... Well, I'm glad you claimed it. I'm glad you claimed that title, Lily. As long as someone's holding powerfully onto it. You know, I did actually manage to jump down the entirety of the well the other day, which I felt very proud about.
You should feel proud about that. That is not easy. And now we get to show you what the Sublime Bone Dust is for. Have you gotten Sublime Bone Dust yet?
Yeah, that's what we use to get the +1s to our Estus Flask.
Yeah.
We use the shards to make them, and then we use the Sublime Bone Dust to make them thicker. And the Sublime Bone Dust is you! Yes, you! The Sublime Bone Dust is you, the play... the player character from Dark Souls 1. This is your bones from if in my head, if my character, my character in DS Dark Souls is canon, right? Her story is she dies in Dark Souls 1 linking the flame thinking that's what she has to do. She's reincarnated in Dark Souls 2, not really sure who she is, but trying to figure out what it is she wants, which leads her to the Throne of Want. And then in DS3, she and the Firekeeper choose not to link the flame, let the Age of Dark happen, and see what happens while being very gay together. That's my
Alright,
story for my character.
so now you're about to see the magic, right? So this is just left, right, right? Right? We power stance. Left, that's the left click. But if we right click, or that was the right click, I mean, this is the left click.
Ooh. Yeah, that's it. They used that animation for like power stancing daggers later, I'm pretty
And
sure. That's
this
cool.
is really interesting, right? This move is both a parry and a heavy attack at the same time.
That's cool.
Yup. It's so
Ooh.
sick. I love power stancing in this game and how unique it is. It goes as far as like certain weapons and categories have different animations, right? Like if this was a regular dagger and then the bandit knife, I'd have a completely different heavy attack that is all about causing bleed where I try to slit your throat. It's cool.
That's really cool. There was love put into this game. I just want people
So
to
much
always
love.
remember that. Just because it's not DS1 doesn't mean it's not worth a value. And remember, DS2, DS3, I don't know how to describe this. DS3 is the worst best Dark Souls. I don't know how to describe that. It's amazing and it's bad. It's both.
I think Dark Souls 3 is Dark Souls 1 perfected. Dark Souls 2 is Dark Souls 1 sequel. Right? They tried to say like, hey, let's just do Dark Souls 1 again, and that's Dark Souls 3. You know? Whereas Dark Souls 2 is like, okay, we're gonna take Dark Souls and make a sequel. Elden Ring is, hey, we're gonna take the formula of Dark Souls and we are going to perfect it to the nth degree. Except for, maybe it'd be funny if they had to triple the amount of souls they put into everything, because they have to level up in so much. Or, I mean, vigor so much.
Yes. Stand by, if your health stat feels like you only have 2 or 3 chances to live, maybe make it smaller, make it easier to level, and make it less, like, work to do, because it really does suck to be killed in 2 or 3 hits in the Souls game when you're pumping vigor. It does just suck.
I'm gonna stop you there, Lily, and say that Bloodborne is the most aesthetic of the Souls games. I don't think it's even close to the best one. A big part of the Souls games, right, is that the game in the game, skill is the ultimate factor. It is like a problem, like learning the game is like a puzzle, right? And you dance with the enemy, learning their movesets. Bloodborne doesn't have as tight of a set of moves. Instead, it has a pool of moves, and they're not directly linked to each other in sequences. So it's harder to memorize those things, and it's more random. And along with that, it is much quicker, which gives you less time to focus and learn the individual things. It leads towards a game that is much more reactive.
Oh shit, I didn't know this was here. I will say to one thing for Lily, the Bloodborne's my favorite Souls game, but that's because I think parrying in Bloodborne feels the coolest parrying has ever felt in anything. Like if you love parries, Bloodborne is like eat this.
Yeah, and
it's
Bloodborne
great.
is a masterpiece of a game. I just don't think it is the best Souls game because it falls short in one very specific and rather important part of the formula. Oh, nah. Oh.
Berserker Barrage. But it is my favorite because yeah, switch weapons like
Agreed.
for me it hits the thing I always like of like as aesthetic goes, this is also peak. And I've cried at Bloodborne.
Oh,
I think
100%.
that I think that some music in that game is amazing. And it has Lady Maria in it, so it was always going to be 10 out of 10 to me.
Lady
Forever.
Maria of the Astral Clock Tower.
Which is great. It's everything I like. Clocks, space, women, sword, gun, pretty, all the things. But I will also add like the other thing about Bloodborne that I really love. Very specifically is just I feel that Bloodborne gets its speed right most when other Souls games which have attempted to adapt Bloodborne speed, bosses and stuff, just do not work or aren't as fun. I think that I personally think Souls games bosses should just be a little slower in general, because it leads to what people describe and what I use as the term overtuned. And there are some bosses in, for example, Elden Ring as well. Elden Ring is very synonymous with this boss is a little too overtuned. I'm looking at two very specific bosses.
So this
And
is the
very,
Havel's
very...
ring.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you found...
Yeah, you had mentioned before asking if that other ring was, and I was like, no, that's,
Look,
I want to show you. And Gavlin can buy
Gavlan
my
Wheel
stuff.
and Gavlan Deal.
And he'll buy your stuff.
Nice. This is
Anything
what
you
you
don't
saw.
want, he'll buy stuff. And he'll buy anything. Even arrows
That is
and
because
shit.
he wheels and he
And
deals.
he deals. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, holy
He made
shit,
her.
Petrified Dragon Bone looks gnarly.
It does.
I made Havel my bitch. That's not the Havel. The Havel that you fight in Dark Souls 2 at the bottom of that thing is just a dude that stole her armor.
No, I think because Lily spoke about them playing DS1, it's when they did Havel in DS1, because that's what they experienced. And you do fight. That is Havel in DS1, right? That you're
No,
saying
that's a random hollow that stole his armor.
in DS1?
Yeah, you never meet the Havel. They when the Nameless King got banished and like
It's this
disowned.
house, right?
Yeah, when the
Mhm.
Nameless King got disowned and like was kicked out of the Gwyn's family, the Havel left with him. And he was, or well, I will say they, because of a lack of confirmation of gender outside of Dark Souls 2, uh, were stripped of their weapons and their armor when they did. And in Dark Souls 3, you can find the Havel there. With the Nameless King, which that zone that you go to, the monastery, is before Dark Souls 1 technically.
Okay. Here it is.
And
It's the branch room.
the fragrant bitch of yore.
That's some fragrant bitch of you right there.
I have to be very careful within this room, because if any of these pots break, I'm doomed.
Have you tried the parry move you have yet?
It is not able to parry heavier stuff.
I got you.
But I can
straight
show
up,
you.
Vangarians suck.
Yeah, he literally just kicked me in the face instead.
So, here's my combo. Go fuck yourself. The tracking on that dash looked fucked up.
Yeah.
The tracking on that dash looked fucked up. He glid towards you.
Glided. He glided over there. He glizzied me.
He glided over you. Oh damn.
He's the glizzy glider!
Also, I hope you enjoyed Dark Souls 1 then, Lily. The game's a little hard and very fun. I was playing Demon Souls the other day. It's very fun that you can level it. Ooh. It's a very fun game, but Demon Souls is nice because it's the first game where I actually have a very consistent leveling route outside of Elden Ring to farm levels. So I'm just doing that right now. So I can finally use my claymore one-handed, which is cool.
I've never played Demon Souls.
Demon Souls is fun. Lexi, our
That's
beloved
the opposite
sweet Lexi.
of what I've heard.
Well, Demon Souls is fun. You've heard Demon Souls is not
I've
fun?
heard that Demon Souls is awful. I've exclusively heard bad things about that game.
Fair enough. I like it, but
And
it
I'm
is
talking
what it
about
is.
like bad things about the game from people that I know that adore Dark Souls, and they're just like, no, Demon Souls is just it's bad. It shows its age. It is before FromSoft knew what they were doing.
I think it's just slow. I mean, I've played it, and like it's just like I've been playing Dark Souls Remaster and Demon Souls and Dark Souls 2 alongside each other in the last few weeks. So like I'm gonna just safely say like I don't notice anything like so significant like, oh, this is awful. I think some people are just a little too hard on the paint on it, where they're like, yeah, this is it, this is the masterpiece, this is trash. It's like this is like the difference between, I think I've said this, like an 8 out of 10 and then like a 7 out of 10, where it's like this is bad because the thing you like that's perfect has perfected these things slightly more. So you're about to die. Um,
Yeah, I
but
had
it's
already mentioned before that I was gonna die if a single one of those pots breaks.
but yeah, it's just like Demon Souls is fun. It's a Souls game, and it plays fun, and it's a little stiffer, a little older, but like it has the vibes. And
It's got the vibes.
I'm pretty sure if like you're playing Demon Souls Remake, you're probably having a great time because it's just Demon Souls with a fresh lick of paint.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Also,
Demon Souls remake actually the only difference is graphics, and they added one extra armor set.
yeah, and also the creator character doesn't look fucking gobshite, like actual piece of shit. Like characters look nice in the character creator in that, which is nice. Um, Other than that, but yeah, that's just me being like, people who like Souls games, we can all be very particular about what we like about them and what we think is cool. To me,
That was
like
sick.
Demon Souls, yeah, it was sick, man. That was real cool. Yeah, Demon Souls
Get
is Demon
beans,
Souls. Cool.
dipshitiots!
But like, yeah, like I'm sure lots of people love Sekiro, for good reason. I don't like it because I can only be a boy. And that's it. That's the only reason. That was sick as well. Stab him!
Yo, we're
So
going
yeah,
hard apparently.
Souls games are pretty fun.
Come on, buddy. Dipshit.
Nice.
Yeah, shields are really important.
Oh, hey, you can do it, Skeleton. It's time to tank the durability. Oh my god.
Yeah, a lot of people theorize that crystal is just actually impossible to get without spells or some form of consumable. Because unless
Makes
you can
sense.
run behind him before he sees you.
Royal Soldier's
This
ring.
is a amazing ring right here. So this is the second Havel's ring. There's just two of them in this game, and they
No.
stack.
Nice. So you have a lighter roll again now.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, babe. The treasure chest with the ore in it. You didn't open it.
You right.
Wait, I got you. Here's the objective. Very magical.
Should we
Now,
flex all over the sentry before we go?
I think with the time we have, I think we should run back and see if we can get the thing. Because, here's the fun thing, right? People might not know this. If you go back to the gender swap coffin, it's a little bit of a task, right? Because there are two big dudes in there. If by some magic you can beat the two big dudes there is one last challenging thing in that area. The gender swap coffin is so full of people who want a piece.
Yeah,
And,
it's an allegory for the hardship of being trans.
yeah, occasionally you will have to fight large giants with
You're going to
cursed
have to
swords.
fight a giant troll named Society and a giant troll named Family, and then you're going to have to fight a pursuer called Consequences.
Every time this pursuer swings, they say, like the Key and Peele sketch, consequences. Consequences.
Alright, I'm thinking,
You don't have a weapon you're set on yet, do you? Or the daggers for sure?
Oh, I don't. I wanted to be able to twin the daggers,
Yeah.
but I'm not hard set on anything in particular. I think I'm gonna go for a level in endurance.
I mean, you're wearing the ring as well, and your rolls are better, so
The
having more
gender
stamina
coffin.
to
Yeah, we'll
roll.
show you. Don't worry. Well, don't worry. You know, it's part of the program. Our goal in this playthrough was by the end of the stream, which was only going to be able to be about an hour and a half long, we wanted to get into the gender swap coffin and trans our gender.
Yeah, the canonical journey of this is to trans our gender. The thing that Dark Souls should do in every game, and the fact they haven't done it as perfectly as in this one is an indication of how good Dark Souls 2 is.
Yeah, Dark Souls 2, one of the lead designers, one of the major proponents of this game and its creation, is a trans woman. And there's a transgender coffin in the game because of him. They did it. And it is very nice. So we go over here, and we have to use that fragrant branch of yore on this fella.
Do a kill?
We kill, and then we enter the mist. And then we have to fight a bunch of the petrified guys. This is actually the best farm for getting an elemental weapon in the game. That guy is bothering me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's still shooting me.
Shot accurately did most of your health. It's wild.
Come
Nice.
on, none of them are dropping their thing.
Dropping that thing. We got our discovery up. This is silly.
Our discovery is boosted too. It's kind of a bummer.
We're aiming to open 2 shortcuts with this area.
Yeah, this is the first one. What the fuck is up with your health, my guy? What?
Oh yeah, the enemies in this small area have increased health over every other enemy in Things Betwixt. Like, they just have more health and seem to be a stronger version of some of these enemies. And I guess it's because it's meant to be a little secret area with a slightly higher difficulty, but they're just chunky.
Yeah.
Our goal is to make it to the door on the middle level down there, but we have to fall in a pit full of 3 basilisks and deal with another one of these boosted fuckers to get there.
And we take half our health and damage first.
Yep, because full damage.
You know what?
Excellent parry.
Now we
Let it
could... I
explode.
am kind of inclined to try and take out these basilisks.
You certainly can. It just, we are so close to opening that other shortcut, it might be a good
I
idea
kind of
to
want to do that
first.
first.
There's one dude up here in the way of our path to a shortcut, and then we can access this area anytime we want.
Yep.
Big old tree.
Those guys are set up in a position where they look like they're still alive, and I about shit myself.
Yeah. I'm seeing them there, and I'm like, they look like they're going, does she know, chat? Now, you don't have to beat these two to get in the coffin. That's important to establish straight up. Beating these two is encouraged for other reasons. Oh, you're fine. Oh no.
Yeah, fine is not the word I'd use. But that...
Not anymore. Uh-oh, stinky. Yeah, those two are a little
Yeah,
stinky.
Caleb, I know you have bad taste. Sorry. Yeah,
True.
it's okay. You're allowed to be
To be clear,
wrong.
when it comes to Souls games as well, we're just describing our preferences in a bunch of 8 to 9 out of 10 games. You know, it's like this finely made pudding is slightly worse than this finely made pudding, you know? It's kind of that vibe with Souls games, where it's like, I like all of them, and the reasons I won't like one are so particular. As I said, Sekiro can't be a girl. Um, I really like Elden Ring. I don't really like Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree. And, like, that's, like, just a tiny thing. But Elden Ring's amazing. It's probably one of my favorite Souls games. But then so's Dark Souls 1, but then so's Demon Souls, but then so's Dark Souls 2. I haven't really played much Dark Souls 3. I think I played the intro once. So,
So here's an
you know.
interesting thing, right? We've fucked
Okay.
ourselves. There is no safe way to go about this. If we take us one step forward, Pursuer spawns.
I think the Pursuer only spawns when the two of them are dead, to my knowledge. I think. Because I don't remember Pursuer spawning. These two will always be attached to each other, and the only way I found to beat them safely is they won't cross the tree bridge, so they will walk back, and then you can run forward, hit them a bit, and then walk back. But it's easier with, obviously, unis having a harder time, because not only are they on a higher difficulty, they're using daggers, which are a shorter range against these big old chungus. I don't know if they can fall off. That would be cool, because as you've seen, some enemies will get stuck in an attack pattern and will fall off stuff. But
Like that?
yeah, like that. That was sick.
So here's the thing, that cheese only works on this difficulty.
That's cool. Oh, you were, even if one of them dies, it's our favorite little friend. Pursue is just standing there like, hello? Alright, I'll see you later then. Now, Pursuer will respawn, but I don't know if they might wait till
I have
like,
to
you
rest
die
at a
or...
bonfire, yeah.
Yeah, Pursuer's like, alright, see you later then. Now we just do what we did before. I actually love that Pursuer just like stood there and went, okay, see you later. Yeah, don't, if Wolfer, if you're like, think it'd be too hard, I wouldn't enjoy it, that's totally fair. I would sympathize with
It's
that game
also a
after.
bit, Caleb. I've dealt with a lot of shit for being a fan of Dark Souls 2, and so whenever anybody like talks down on it, even if it's to an honest degree, or if it's just like a joke or whatever, I always act like, oh man, I had no idea you had such bad taste. You know what I mean?
So you're running back because you want to beat Pursuer before you get in the coffin.
I want to earn it, yeah.
Alright. I think for me it was different in that I ran into the coffin, gender swapped, then beat them up, because for me it was like, now I'm gonna flex my new gender euphoria to kick your ass.
Nah, I don't need to flex my new gender euphoria. I'm about to flex on the pursuer in general. Like, there's no coming back from what I'm about to do this, man.
Mm-hmm. This is the most
Um,
parryable man in existence next to Gwyn, and it's really fun.
I need to check something. Do I have enough?
What?
Oh.
Wait, yeah.
But do I have enough
Oh,
for this
fair.
one? Cool. That'll be it.
How fast are you able to? Oh no, Pursuer's stun is different. I remember.
They do not have a riposte.
No, they just get like stunned, which is great if you want to switch to two-handed and beat them up.
Yep.
So yeah, that makes sense. I, hey buddy. Sick. Do the pursuing counters respawn in champion mode? Or not?
Nah. Oh!
Oh.
I thought he would dash because I was too far away, but I guess he was like, no, you're at the very edge of my range. I'll switch again.
I'll switch again. Pursuer is fun. I've never had more fun losing to a boss than Pursuer because it's so signalable of just like, oh, okay, I know what I got wrong. I'll go try that again.
Soul Memory is a good mechanic. Unfortunately, Caleb, I know it makes playing with friends annoying. It exists for a very important reason, and is the reason why the Dark Souls 2 multiplayer is actually kind of superior to the others. It makes it so that experienced players can't play soul level, or like low soul level playthroughs, and bully new players. Which was a really big problem in Dark Souls 1. Where like you'd go and you'd be in like Darkroot Garden and you'd get invaded by a dude who just beat fucking Artorias and has Dark Bead.
Very parry on that.
What?
Oh.
He just like animation canceled. I've never seen that before.
Dash cancel.
He animation canceled his dash backwards.
He's played Guilty Gear. He dash
Dude, he
canceled.
Roman canceled on me.
Romantic. Hello, Evie.
Hello.
I know you.
Yeah, I think
That's
I choose now to believe that Roman cancel stands for romantic cancel.
Well, in the original games, when you do it, I'm pretty sure a voice would say romantic when it
Really?
happened. So,
Really?
yeah.
No bits, no bits. This is real.
No bets. Pretty sure. Now, I don't remember if it was associated with the combo level or with Roman cancel, but I'm pretty sure it is romantic cancel. Which it is. It's romantic. If you see a trans girl you love do a Roman cancel to look cool for you, I think that's the most romantic thing they could do for you.
Did you see him flare his eye before he fucking hit me?
He hit you with the actual Shaq meme, real shit eye flare. But yeah, you're Yavi's Zen's partner, right?
Yes, and a lovely, lovely lady.
Just getting some art for their warm up today. Would it be you, perhaps, Yavi? Now, I admit, I played Pursue on the regular difficulty and had lots of fun, so his health buff wasn't as dense, and I wasn't using a weapon that I was not as familiar with, so this might be a tiny bit more difficult.
It is a bit more difficult, but that's okay. That's actually part of why I wanted to do it.
Just pull out the Ultra Greatsword and be like, alright. I don't think you can wield that even two-handing that. That's gonna do nothing.
Well, this is gonna do 97 damage.
Even with no, with under requirements, it's still gonna do 97?
Yeah, and this will do 136. Yeah, because it does 200 minus 103.
What about the mace? Does the mace have any nice property to it?
The mace has bleed, which is very nice. And it's only, actually, this is not too bad.
Yeah, I think I used the mace to start with on him. And I switched the hide sword just because I want to do knight with sword versus knight with sword, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Which feels
I think
fun.
I'm gonna do this, though.
Yeah,
and
that's
wield
great.
it even though I'm under...
Or do you not have the faith to use it properly?
No strength. You know, I would think that Hemorrhage would proc at least once in the 12 hits.
Ultra great. So you use the Dragon Slayer, Abby? You parry Pursuer with that weapon? Is there a parry with it two-handed or not? Because I don't think there was, but do you use it like one-handed with a cool shield? Or is there a parry for two-handed Ultra Great Sword?
That's a parry.
How do you do that?
It's just the heavy attack when you're two-handing it. The heavy
That's-
attack on the left side.
That's so cool. Thank you for teaching me that.
Honestly, I kind of want to fucking level this up and use it just to, like, flex. I think I might do the Gender Caliphant thing, and then you know what? Just to prove that I can for shiggles, I'll consider myself having achieved my goal if I parry this guy with the Ultra Great Sword. Because I fucking
That's
love
a great
this.
goal. Windshield Wiper? Yeah. It's wild you can get so many Ultra Great Swords because there are so many people who sell it. Gavlan sells it, you can find it naturally. I think Vengal's head sells it. You can get so many Ultra Great Swords just in your first playthrough. Well, they thought it looked cool.
Bruh. You're just gonna go back to your thing? I don't know why it's not letting me backstab you, but you know what? This guy is built different, I guess. What? What? My character just said, "Where's the guy?" Oh, oh, you're locked on? No.
Lock on!
It's because I was walking backwards when I initiated the heavy.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I really want to fight. I have the Ultra Great Sword, I have my Claymore, which I love. I will say the Claymore design, and Dark Souls 2 has the weakest Claymore design. Demon Souls and the others have a better one, because it looks like the Claymore in my head, and it's so big and so cool. But, like, that's a nice backstab animation. But, like, DS2's Claymore is my least favorite design of them all so far. Elden Ring's Claymore is gorgeous as well. I love the Claymore in
Dark Souls
Elden
3's
Ring.
Claymore is the best one, in my opinion.
I really look forward to seeing it. I've picked up and used the Claymore in every Souls game I play.
The Baymore
'Cause
is my favorite weapon in almost every Dark Souls game.
your goal is simply to parry them with this once.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Keyshawn.
Hello. Kishan, who is also a Super Saiyan.
Yes, specifically a Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan, right?
No, that would be SSGSS. SSJ or SSG would be like S Super Saiyan. Super Saiyajin. So they're only a base level Super Saiyan 1 currently from their name.
Aw, thanks for the bits, Keyshawn. Also, who are you giving? Who's the purple? Who's the purple who's getting art? I know lots of purples.
It's very cool you learned how to flex like that, Avi. It's cool when we practice something that we're very excited to do.
Yeah, flexing on
And,
Pursuer is a noble pursuit.
Yeah. They guard this coffin, so you must teach them a lesson for daring to stand in your way.
Whoa. Yeah, that's... I don't know if that's like a new animation because we're in the Covenant of Champions or whatever. I don't think I've ever seen him do that, like, way faster light attack.
Now, what I'm curious about there, I don't think I was killing you on the first hit before. I can't tell if that was a short version of the dash or the regular hit.
It was the dash,
So I don't know if
but it's because, this,
counter hit
during the
works?
whole animation, has counter hit, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone I think we had a whole discussion where we rolled our eyes at Bloodborne, and I love Bloodborne, so you know I'm not happy about something when I talk about it. Souls games do have a thing where they really love to punish you on counter hit frames with massive increases in counter hit damage, which sucks because I I don't like the counter hit damage. I think some Souls games more than others place their counter hit damage a bit too high when they when you get hit in some of those games. And the other reason I say that as well is also I'm like, why are you giving me vigor a stat if I try and do anything? I feel like my vigor don't matter.
I'm currently only looking at one purple. Oh, is it me or is it you? Because you've got a little bit of purple on you.
Also, I need to level to use it. The Pursuer Greatsword is gorgeous. That's a very pretty sword.
Yes, it is. And, I'm pink, hon. I know you are, but you got some purple on you, right? Like in your eyebrows?
One purple. Are you getting art for uni? Or are you getting art based on uni? Unless it's a different purple. For anyone just joining us, we're currently earning transition by beating up someone guarding a coffin that
Just
lets us
like
turn
real
into a
life, you need to
phantom.
parry some big dude with a sword.
It's wild that he's just doing the dash attack rather than the regular swing right now. Every time you've
It's
been up
'cause he
close,
knows
he's
it's
been
harder
doing.
to parry.
Yeah, it is. It's easier to run behind and hit, but that's not what we're going for. So could you just do your regular swing once, Pursuer? Thanks, bro. It'd be appreciated. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. Just
Yeah,
do
and
it for us.
unfortunately,
Thanks, bro.
because of the length of the animation, you do need to, like, really, really react.
Yeah, so it's like you're practicing with a weapon that's slower. Here is an unreactable low. Have fun.
It's not unreactable, it's just really hard to react to. But yeah.
In my head, it does a thing, right? Where with what type of attack you're trying to parry, my love, it might as well be unreactable, you know? Oh, you have to predict that's coming from a mile away with the speed at
I
which
have
he
to hit it
mages
in
through
the
this
I have to start the parry in the first 3 frames of the attack.
shit.
Because the
So there's
parry
not
frames on the greatsword are crazy bad. But it is one hell of a flex.
a... Also, she is very lovely, Avi, so that's very sweet of you. Thank you for making my wife happy and getting my
Yeah.
stuff.
Avi,
It's pretty.
you and Zen made me feel so fucking like proud of myself and special when I was playing with y'all, and you kept like talking about how much you were impressed with how I was playing. Like when I was playing Mechanist and you were talking about how impressed I was that I was like ready to set up when we went to the mines. And then when I was telling y'all the stuff about like the prices of things, and you were like, I didn't know that. It makes me like I'm genuinely impressed that you figured those things out. Okay, now that's not normal. I should have been left with like a tenth of my HP.
It feels like this is very punishing. I credit both to Abby for learning this and you giving it an attempt, because, again, like, for real, video games are fun, and it's hard to learn, and it's so cool to see people try things like this, because I would struggle with this. I will freely admit, if I'm using an ultra great sword, I'm leveling to a point where I can one-hand it so I can use my shield. Parrying with the sword is very cool, but for me it's like the frustration of learning how to outweighs like the joy of learning to parry it two-handed. Because I just really want to like expedite the fun for me. So it's cool when people do this. No.
13 damage, guys.
Nice.
I wonder if the animation is slower because of me not having enough.
Is that a thing?
It might be,
Mind
because I
you,
know the attack frames are slower.
also that's fair, Abby. Your passion for it drove you on, and that's very cool.
Yeah.
Pairing is so cool, and is as with everything we've talked about, like it is a technique of passion. Because I don't think pairing is something that you learn if you don't care to do it. You can do it well, but the joy to be able to like, for me, Lady Maria and me walking slowly towards each other in Bloodborne,
Is that a show?
and
Here
then
to see. However,
the moment she holds her hand out and dashes towards me, and me raising the gun to fire at the exact moment she does, and we clash, is the coolest thing ever in any
It
game.
is, to be fair. That is just peak.
Yes. So it's that thing of like, I'll take the counter hit damage. I'll take us mashing against each other. Because to me, practicing to do that moment, that one moment, is the coolest thing of my day. The coolest moment. So it's like, yeah, if you have a thing that you're super passionate for, it's so cool to see people's passion display in those singular moment where the sun burns brightest. Need some distance to pull off the parry. So is it kind of like a thing where you're kind of aiming for someone to like fall into it a little bit, Like, are you aiming for someone to like come close to it and damn, if only we had a
It is
bonfire aesthetic.
faster. It is faster now that I've leveled up some.
I did not know that. Damn.
Yeah.
So you think it would be faster if you were able to meet the requirements too?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks cool and does nothing.
It's because I
Right?
missed.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. The hitbox on it is fucked up, and it's kind of weird.
Well, we're at an incline. That's part of why. I was above him. Aiming for him to rush into it. Okay. Have at ye, knave. That.
I kind of want to see. Could you do the animation for me? Just neutral, just somewhere, just like press it again. Because I'm trying to work out like what the animation looks like, so where it should be hitting. So can you like hit the button for me? So the parry moment should be. I think Avi, you said earlier it should be when the sword is in front of the face. Is the parry time?
Yeah, basically, it's
Is
like you
that?
catch the sword with your
Yeah.
weapon and swat it down.
So by the time this happens, like, as the weapon's starting up, should be when the pursuer is raising their sword about to charge. Because you kind of just. It's so weird. It is anticipatory rather than momentary. You're not catching them in
Yeah.
the second, you're catching them beforehand. Sort of rough face. Yeah. That's wild because, like, you're putting faith. That's all the faith in that parry. You're like, I'm just believing, in the wind. So, like, I respect the amount of practice that must take, because you must have, like, that requires a completely different type of parry. Not dead.
Ah, it was just a moment too soon. Or
The
late.
moment is practice in the room just before the belfry. Yeah, that's a great room to practice in. It's so wild he turns up, you're like, dude, you're inside a room. Leave me alone. And by that point, I like was comfortable with my hide sword and my little shield, my little buckler. The one I was in there, I was like, "Oh, hey man, how's it going?" And I just parry smacked him multiple times. It was very fun. It was like meeting an old friend, really. You know, it's like, "Hey bud, good to see you. I'm gonna kick your ass."
I like to have a little coffee mug.
Your glass cannon.
No, look, I have a little
Yeah,
coffee mug. Look, see?
you do.
On my hip.
In case you need coffee. You need coffee. 50 strand face up, then go charge him. I respect the commitment to the bit. Just a little early on that one.
Is this too easy for you?
Enough endurance to swing that hunk of metal 4 times. If I can't delete chunks of health and dodge with style, there's no point, and I respect that commitment. I'm a slow quality build person. I level every stat slowly. I take ages to do something and grind, but I'm content with that. I think that currently I'm at maybe 16 in every stat in my playthrough.
By the way,
And
your build where you level up everything up evenly is one of the strongest builds in Dark Souls 2.
oh, is it in particular in Dark Souls 2 that it shines hard?
Yeah, because all the quality weapons have high ratings in both strength and dex instead of hello? I'm gonna be a minute before I can come out. I'm sorry. They have high scaling in both strength and dex rather than having moderate scaling in both. And if you enchant them to be dark, they also get high rating scaling in both faith and intelligence. So you can quadruple dip.
That's cool.
That looked like it was gonna be it.
It's so close.
It's
I'm
so
listening for
close.
this now. I need to be dead if they're dead by your fist swing. You're a scrapper, Avi, and I respect that a lot.
Too late, unfortunately. Yes, it happens. It happens. We're good. We're good. You can see the chunks of flesh on my back. Yes. Yes. Gross.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, you guys. Aww.
Oh.
Alright,
Do you
I'll
know
be
it was
right
too
back
early or
because
too late?
that was too early. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, hey, chat, how's it going? You doing alright? You vibing? You having a good one? Tell me how y'all doing. What are you up to? Did any of you play Dark Souls 2 recently? Your wife's sword? That's a very cute way to put it. Claymore is my wife's sword, so I definitely, as a very gay woman myself, understand wife swords. Doing while working on art fight. 9 playthroughs. That's rad. You were very experienced at Dark Souls 2. I don't think I've ever finished it. That's incredible. So if I finish this game, you will, eventually. I believe in you. Blossom Kite Shield is my hobby shield. That's cute. My wife shield currently is just the Iron Palmer. It's just a little thing I bought at the start that's been sweet and hanging out with me the whole time. And then on top of that, I think I have like a crest shield that I think is pretty that I carry around.
Okay.
That's how many years since the console days. I mean, it's a fun game. And it's cheap. Dark Souls 2 has a very cheap base price now. It's 16 quid over here with no discounts, so I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm gonna have a fairly, like, dumb rant.
There's no such thing,
There
babe.
there is nothing that I find more upsetting and infuriating than, like, you know how, like, when people keep to themselves and they act introverted, and then they come out, spend time with people, like their family and stuff, and instead of just enjoying the fact that they're here, you have to be, like, chastised for the fact that you were away from people with, like, oh, you finally came out, blah, 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 blah. It's like,
So
fucking...
do you want me to be here or not? Like,
Yeah,
are we
like, so
enjoying my
I
company?
came out to give Dad a hug, and I was like, sorry, I'm, like, not going to be able to spend time. In fact, like, but I, one, didn't know you were coming, and two, I had plans already, you know? And then they're like, oh, you know, you can't disconnect from your computer 2 days in a row. You spend one day with us, and that's too much. And I'm like, listen here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
Who's Pat?
first off, you're not entitled to one day, and you should feel lucky, because I am infuriated by your presence half the time we interact. But, like, that's specifically my dad. Most of them are fine. It's just... Get fucked.
Get in. Everyone W's in the chat. Shout out, scream it, celebrate. That's what we want to
He
see.
was
Look who's
so
here.
mad! Do you see
Why
that?
you have to be? Why you have to be mad? It's only game.
And now we get to see.
There is. Take the hat off as well if you can, because we actually get a new hairstyle too. We get a cute. We go from blonde to beautiful, like long red hair. It's pretty. Look at this gorgeous lady who's living and happy with herself. You can't do nothing to us, bud. We're living. We're living at large right now. She's in the menu with you right now. She don't even care. She's in the menu. You're nothing. Got sword. Which actually matters as you're human, but normally wouldn't. Oh yeah, we go behind him and he can't do anything. This is really funny knowing that that's just a free hit. Look at this trans lady enjoying her first time. You just beating him. That's so good. Using that time to get dressed. Styling on him. Bum, 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 bum. The most parryable thing. Yeah, please someone clip that. Anyone? Anyone clip that? And yeah, we all need that coffin. It's a great coffin.
It's a good coffin.
Would power stancing while you're waiting for them to get back up do more? Or is that too much of a commitment?
I need to parry him again to equip the other dagger.
There it is.
That's totally viable, actually. I like that. Thank you for
Oh,
the
yeah.
strategy.
It's okay, you're sick with it. I had every faith.
Okay, weirdo. Why are you backing up?
Just want to, for some reason.
Oh.
Oh, the disrespect.
Oh my god, I did it again. My shield is at risk from
Crims?
parrying so much.
That's wild.
My shield is broken. Can I still
Can you
parry?
still parry?
Let's find out. Yep, we're good.
I like the fact you accidentally attacked it with it once, and it went, oh god! Crystal Palmer explode! Oh.
I think dagger's about to break.
I think you might need either an upgrade or a slightly stronger weapon for some fights. Oh, thanks for the free hits, dude.
Of course, it telling me that I can't wield it is making it take too long.
That's just good damage. Oh, the reaction speed on that was incredible. I think that was Bleed that procced on that, huh? Oh, she's sick with it.
Yeah, you're not gonna get me with a little stabby stab, fucking loser. My guy. Come on. Put up at least a little bit of a fight. Come on! There's people watching! There's people.
Damn. 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 Fucking styled on it, sick with it. This trans woman just entered the world and fucking kicked the shit out of them. Oh. No.
Now the real fight begins! Now the real...
Finally. It's Wolverine.
Oh, that was beautiful. What a way to end this stream. I think I'm gonna pop some levels in and call it there. But man, if that doesn't show, like, fucking, I parried him and fought until my shield and dagger gave out, and then kept going.
You fucking clowned on that motherfucker. You've nerfed yourself with dagger damage on a higher difficulty until they died. And then went, alright, I guess I'll stop holding them back, and then crushed their fucking helmet in with a mace.
It's true, that is basically what happened. I think 10 is a
Yeah,
good
some
amount.
strength. Yeah, strength is good.
If I level it up to 10, I can get attunement, though. That'd be so sexy.
Yeah, okay, you a spell. Use spell.
Yeah, and then the
Spells
next time I do, I play this,
Your
I will
shield
go
is
and,
so fucked up.
I kind of want to keep it like that, since I can parry with it anyway, and it looks kind of cooler all fucked up like that.
Yeah, fuck it. Keep it fucked up. Keep it fucked up. A little fucked up. A little nasty.
I'm hitting the fucking bonfire! I didn't know you could do that! It actually, it acts like I hit it.
Hey, the bonfire gun. Hey, stop that. Hey.
Be funny if the sword of the bonfire snaps and then the fucking bonfire stops
Bonfire at
working.
risk. Bonfire broken.
Oh wait, a mid force. Nice.
And that force is there.
Fun fact about a Mit Force, it's supposed to be a ranged attack, and it kind of is, but it does more damage the closer you are to the target, so it's like the wimpiest the ranged attack ever.
Probably does the most damage, screaming emotional damage as you hit them with it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put that entire VOD, just the entire thing, on YouTube, and I'm just gonna call it the gender percent speedrun.
I would love that, both because I can watch it on YouTube and save it to my favorites, and I think this is a really good stream.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah,
lot of
dig it.
fun. I think we're gonna raid out. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course I know what you're saying, but
We're gonna send everybody over
Ugh.
to
Who's streaming? That's a great question.
there's lots of people that are live. I'm seeing Cassie's live. They're doing a donathon. We got
Oh,
well actually wait a minute. I think I'm gonna send everybody over to August.
okay. Yeah, go for it.
It's her birthday and we were hanging out earlier, so
Okay. I hope that you all had a great time. I give you all a very tired, sweet thumbs up. Okay?
I'm gonna go in there and just guys, raid message is show tummy. raid message is just show tummy, no context.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck, that hurt. Yeah, I think I'm fine, chat.